I'm Ofir Engel. I'm 19 years old. And I live in Kibbutz Ramat Rachel. It's a small community near Jerusalem. I live there with my parents and my two small sisters. I love play basketball. I love hanging out with my friend. I love spending time with my girlfriend. I'm just a regular teenager who loves to have fun.
Yeah, like every one of us. So, can you tell us about your story starting on the weekend of October 7th? It's like any other weekend, but then it wasn't.
On October 7th, I was in Kibbutz Be'eri at my girlfriend, Yuval. She lived there. The alarms start in the morning, and we wake up and go to the safety room. We think it's just a regular missile attack. It's not regular, but it's happened. And we thought it's finished and it will be okay. And we wait and wait, and it's not finished. And missile, Hamas. We heard that the Hamas terrorists came to Israel, and we thought it's just a few terrorists and the army came and it's finished. And we wait more. We were in the safety room, me, my girlfriend, her parents, her two sisters, and her dog. And we wait and wait, and so it's not finished. After 2 hours, we understand it's something different, and the friend in the WhatsApp group start to send a different message, like I heard terrorists outside, they in my house, they burned my house. One of the girls write, the terrorists shot my mom, I don't know what to do. And I was very scared, because I don't know what's going on. Why the army don't come and finish the situation? And we wait and wait. And after 3 hours or something like that, I start to send every 10 minutes. I start to send message to my father, and just I send I'm okay, and that's it. And the time passed, and after 6 hours, we heard a big bomb on the door of the house, and we heard the terrorists walk on in the house, and they came to the door of the safety room, and they tried to open. And Yossi, the father of my girlfriend, tried to close the door, and Yossi tried to close, and the terrorists tried to open. And after a couple of minutes, the terrorists succeeded to open the door. 3 terrorists came into the safety room with guns and RPG. And the first thing they do, they shot the dog. And after that, they pointed the gun on us, and they said in Arabic and do it with the hand. They said, "Go out," and all of us go out outside, and we sat on the grass outside with another family, Shani family, the neighbor's family. We sit on the grass, and we saw a lot of terrorists run outside with a lot of guns. The air was very smoky. They take Israel flag and they start to stamp on it. It was terrible, and they start to say in Arabic, "This is not Israel, this is Palestine now." And we don't understand what's going on. I was very shocked. After 15 minutes, they took us to another point in Be'eri, and another time we sat on the grass. We saw a lot of terrorists, and we don't understand why the army don't came to save us. And after 10 minutes, they took us to the road, and in the road, wait a small black car with terrorists, and they took Yossi from his shirt and put him in the car, and after that they took me and Yuval and put us in the car, and they took Yuval out to the car, and they put the teenager from the family neighbor in the car, and they start to drive. The last thing I remember from Yuval, her mother, and her two sisters from this day, that they stand on the road in Be'eri with two terrorists, and to drive, Yuval shout to me that she loved me. And I think all the time in the captivity that they or kidnapped or murdered, because I don't have more options. The terrorists tried to start to drive very fast. In Be'eri, we saw a lot of body in the ground, and they start to drive, and they drive, and all the terrorists with guns, and in the way they pointed the gun on us. All the border was opening like it's a normal, and in the way to Gaza we saw a lot of civilian Gaza with a lot of stuff and bags that they stole from Be'eri. Civilian back to Gaza with stuff. We drive and drive, and the border between Israel and Gaza was opening. And drive after 20 minutes, we became to Gaza, to the terrorist house, and the terrorists took us to his house, and they started to ask us a lot of questions, like where we're from, what's our name, with our family, if we do army. They try to find GPS on our bodies. After 1 hour that they ask us questions, they start to call to his family and his friends to come and to look us like we are animal in the zoo. It was unreal. And the friend and the family came and looked at us, and they were very happy, and they smiled, and they were very proud. The terrorists. In the evening, the terrorists took us to another house. We walked barefoot in the night. A lot of terrorists, and in the house wait for us 10 terrorists that they started to shout in Arabic on us. I don't know what they said, but they looked very angry. After they finished to shout, we go to sleep on the sofa. Three of us, me, Amit, and Yossi, sleep on the same sofa, in a small sofa. And in this house, we were 26 days with very bad conditions. We were in a small room. We can't go outside to the room. We slept on the mattress. We don't have food. We eat 1.5 pita bread with cheese in a day. And sometimes they give us a loof. It's a meat from box. It's not a real meat. Don't have water. All the time they have 2 terrorists with guns that every second can shot us. And we saw, we heard a rocket from Gaza to Israel, and every time every time we heard the rocket from Gaza to Israel, we heard a lot of claps outside from the Gaza civilians. after 26 days, they took us to another house. This is the both of the terrorist house. There we were in the same conditions, but the boss of the terrorist was very bad man. All the time he said to us, we don't release and we don't go back, and the family don't want us, and the Israel forget us, and we're gonna be dying in Gaza, and we don't know what's happening outside, and we don't know it's real or not. All the day there, we playing cards, 3 of us, and sometimes with the terrorists, and we don't give them to win because I think if I give them to win, they give my life, they win my life, and I don't want to give them win. After 40 days, the terrorists came with a camera to the house, to the room, and they said, now we film a video to Israel, and they said us what we need to say. We do 2 videos. The first video, we said our name, our age, where we are from. The terrorists cared about us, and they give us food and water, and we feel good, and we want to bring us back. And the second video was the same video, just because we said we are okay and we have food. We said we have 3 dates and half a cup of water, and we said we don't have water and we don't have food, and we can stay like that. And after that, Hamas choose which video they publish, and my video don't publish until now. And the time passed, nothing happened, we don't know what happened outside. And after 48 days, the terrorists came in the night with paper and pencil, and they said, in the night you're gonna be died, and you need to write your last letter. And we write our last letter. I write to my family, to my girlfriend, to my friend. He said I miss him and I want them to keep alive. And well, I'm very scared, and I don't sleep all the night. And in the morning, I wake up and I saw they another time lie to us, and they do another time psychological terrorism. And from there, I don't believe them to anything. I don't believe to the terrorists. After 53 days, they said another time in the night, we took us to another house, and we start to walk barefoot in the night, and in the street, in 1 minute, they separate between Yossi and between me and Amit, and this is the last time I saw Yossi. They took me and Amit, and they said to us, you go back, it's okay, and you go back to your family. And I don't believe them, because I think it's another time they lied. And they took us to car, and they put us in the car. And in the car was 2 women with hijab, and we saw just her eyes. And they start to drive, and one of the women said in the way, speak in Hebrew, and I think I imagine I heard that good or something. And she said another time, speak in Hebrew. I said yes. she said, we speak later. And the terrorists took us to another house with more with more hostages that gonna be released with me, and the terrorists give us a lot of food and a lot of water and a lot of candies because they want to we are released, and we said they care about us, and it's not like that. We sleep, and in the morning they took us to another house, and they said in this house we wait, and in the evening, in the 6 p.m. they took us to the Red Cross, and they took us to Israel. And we wait and wait, and another time they give us a lot of food and a lot of water and a lot of candies, and we wait, and the terrorists came to the house with more hostages. They come with hostages all die, and give him food and water. We wait more, and they came with another hostage, call him Liam, and Liam is from Kibbutz Vein, and a good friend of Yuval, and I know him before. And I look at him and I said, "What you doing here?" It was, I think, I really imagined, because why I see him here in Gaza. And after that, I care about him, and I give him a lot of food and water and spoke, and we wait, and hour passed, and more, and in the 9 in the evening, we asked the terrorists, "What's happened? Why don't release?" And they said, "Israel don't want you. You stay in Gaza." And we are, all of us, falling down, and feel bad. And the terrorists came another time and said, "But maybe you release." And I try to stay in hope, because if you don't have hope, you can't survive. And wait, and the terrorist came with another hostage, it's Liat Atzili, and he spoke with her, and I understand she is the teacher of my girlfriend, and it was very, I think I very imagine, because Liam and Liat, and how it can happen. And after an hour, the terrorist came and said, "Now we take us to the Red Cross, and you release." And we are happy, and it was imagine. But I don't know if they really take us to the Red Cross, or they lie. And they took us to the Red Cross with van, and that they gave us to the Red Cross. The terrorists do a 4-line of the terrorists, do a 4-line. The terrorist was with the bandanas, and we saw just his eyes, and with a gun, something like 200 terrorists, I think. And they gave us to the Red Cross, and the Red Cross took us to the Rafah crossing, and from Rafah crossing they took us to the Kerem Shalom crossing. And in Kerem Shalom, I saw the first Israeli army, and I feel they're very safe, and I really release, and I will be okay. And I don't know what's happening with Yuval and her family, and her mother and 2 sisters. I think they really murdered or kidnapped. I don't have in my mind more choices. And in the way, and from the Kerem Shalom crossing, they took us to Hatzerim base, it's army base, and in the way, I asked one of the soldiers what's happening with Yuval. And she said I know him, I know her, and she okay, and she wait for you, and she survive, and I start to cry like a kid because I think the murderers who kidnapped him. They survived, it's a big miracle. And we came to the army base, and I saw my parents. It was also an emotional moment, and I don't have the word to explain the feeling. But it was amazing. The first thing I said to them that I'm okay, and the terrorists don't shout me. This was the most important to me. They need to know now. And from there they took us to a helicopter to the hospital, and I was 1 week at the hospital, and I back to my home. After 100 days, Hamas published a video that we saw the body of Yossi, and Yossi murdered in Gaza, and his body is still there. And the brother of Yossi, Eli Sharabi, also kidnapped on the 7th of October, and his wife Lian and his 2 daughters, Noya and Yael, murdered in Be'eri in this day. And the second part of Yuval, the mother part, her cousin and his girlfriend murdered in the Nova Festival. And all the Yuval's houses burned. They don't have nothing from their home. And for now, I try to do what I can to tell my story and to everyone know what's happening this day. And I need to bring all of the hostage back, because just they release, they come back, I start to think about myself and to think what I'm gonna be to do, and how I do a new page in my life.